Today I'm going to be working on the 1998 F150. Just got some LED lights. They're Nightlight. I got them from eBay. You can buy them off Amazon. They're pretty inexpensive. But what we're going to do today is we're going to install these lights up on the hood here. I believe they call them ditch lights. I'm going to be using them for extra headlights because these lights on this truck, they're not bright at all. I did buy some aftermarket ones and put on there. They're again off eBay, cheap Chinese, and I had to update the bulbs to LEDs. I even changed this one to what's called a switchback. So it's a white LED, and then when you hit the blinker, it blinks amber. It helped a little bit. It's definitely better than the factory was, but I still can't see at night. They look good, but they're horrible. I don't know if any of you guys that have this year model F150, if you have the same issue or not with your headlights, but they're very dim. The lights I had on, they were very clouded over. I tried to polish them. That still didn't help. So today we're going to install these Nightlights, ditch lights, I guess they call them. I just call it a pod light. But let's get at it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is open the hood. I've already popped the latch. And the brackets that I bought are supposed to screw onto the hood. They're supposed to be rubber on the bottom so they won't scratch the hood. They're also from Nightlight. They're kind of a pinch type bracket. I'm not sure if you can see. They attach on the bottom with the Allens, and then it's rubber coated on the top. And it's got an Allen on the top here to attach the light. So we're going to figure out where these go, and yeah, try to get this thing mounted. Hopefully it'll work. The kit does come with extra Allens, so you don't have to buy your own or bring your own tools or whatever. I'm sure most of you have tools. But so far, looks like an okay kit. Not much for directions on how to install this stuff, but it looks pretty straightforward. So, first thing we'll do is try to figure out where we want to put these. I'm going to have to unscrew these. I've kind of got them every other one screwed down. Not sure why. There's a little bracket it came with. Looks like it goes in between that way when you tighten it down, it'll pinch on that and you're not screwing into your truck hood. But it's kind of difficult getting, there it goes. I'm not sure if that's how that goes or not. Looks like it to me. Looks like that's going to pinch down. I don't know if you can see it in between. It's right here. So we're going to try to put that on, and we'll see what it looks like. Go ahead and loosen this so it's not poking through. I know you guys probably can't see because my arm and back is all in the way, but I'll show you as soon as I'm done. Alright, let me bring you guys in here and we'll take a look. Alright, so here's the underside. So I just tightened these jam bolts on, or jam, yeah, they're not really nuts. They're kind of just Allen all thread. I don't know if it's focusing or not. Doesn't look like it's focusing very well. And here's the top side. Here's the bolt where the light's going to bolt onto. The reason I went with this kit is with the window, or with the, with the hood open. I wanted to make sure there's enough clearance between the hood and the light and the window. It looks like the other kits that mount to either the hinge or to the fender itself, looks like they have clearance, but it's really close from what I saw from some other videos. So this kit here should be good. It should give me lots of clearance. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the other side done, and then we'll get the lights installed on the brackets. And then we'll start working with the wiring. I'm not sure how I'm going to run the wires yet, but we'll get it figured out. Just going to use the truck cowl here for a work table. All the hardware and brackets for the lights. So, pretty simple install. It saved you the trouble of watching me go through tightening all the bolts and whatnot. But basically 4 bolts on the nightlight, two under here, 2 on the other side, and then bolt in the bracket, the light to the bracket here. I used a couple of washers to space it out because the bolt wanted to go through the bracket and push into the hood. But there's the other one right there. Sorry for the sunlight. I did have to remove the base brackets and install the lights on the bracket, and then install the whole assembly on the hood. Like I said, there's no directions, so there was no way to tighten it up doing it the other way. So again, here's the underside bracket installed. It's just got the little Allen pinch bolts, I guess you'd call them. The good thing about this bracket, or the base, or the support, whatever you want to call it, you can put it just about anywhere on that hood. Yeah, it's not a fixed point like the other ones are, where it has to go to your hinge. And then what I saw on those other ones is the hinge came out and it extended out this way. I'm trying to keep everything tucked in and not hanging out. Not that hanging out would be bad because your mirror hangs out, but I don't know, to each is his own, I guess. This is where I went, and so far I'm liking it. So now we continue on and start hooking up the wires. First thing I'm going to do is lay the wires out and try to figure out where I want to put them, and then we'll hook them all up from there. But yeah, so far not too bad. Alright, wiring is about 90% done. I've got the battery hooked up, got the wires hooked up, got the fuse installed, I've got the lights connected, got the wires run down this conduit down the back of the engine compartment there on the firewall. Comes over, hooks up to this one. I still need to clean up the wires a little bit. I did have to run some extra length wire here. They didn't have enough for the switch. Plenty for the lights, just not enough for the switch to run it into the cab and then put it where I wanted it. So I ran it up here, and I'm going to put it in this panel here. It goes behind the column, right up here behind the column. I got the wires run behind, so I'll bunch it up and then zip tie it up. Got it coming through the firewall, up underneath the pedal. Right there, there's a grommet, and right there, the insulation I pulled, there's a little access through the insulation, so I was able to pull that and get the wires through there. So yeah, this is the we're going to turn it on and see if it works. This is the moment of truth here. I have not turned it on yet. Everything is hooked up, and it looks like the lights came on, switch came on. So the switch comes on in the on position, which is good, and the lights are on. So both lights are on, looking good. So all I gotta do now is tidy up the wires, and this project is done. So I'll bring you back once everything is done, once the hood's closed, and I'll show you what it looks like with the hood closed. Right now I'm pretty happy with the way it's turned out. Pretty easy install. Like I said, I just had to add some wire, so if you're going to run it the same way I did, you're going to need some extra wire. I didn't have all the same colors, but that's okay. It'll still work. Alright, well, let me finish tidying this up, and I'll bring you back to see the final product. Alright, final product. It is done. So what I've noticed with these mount brackets is, I don't know if you can see it in the picture or in the camera here, they don't sit straight. They're kind of at an angle up and this way. They don't sit straight, but it's something I can live with. They look pretty good. I'm happy with that. And the switch, I've got it mounted in right there, right by the light switch, so it should be easy to get to. Got the wires all tied up out of the way. Everything looks good. Go ahead and, I don't know if, yeah, they'll come on without the key because they're hooked directly to the battery. They're pretty bright. That should help. Alright, so we're going to end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and maybe think about subscribing. This channel, I do a lot of different things. I'm trying to fix this thing up, maybe do some overlanding, just mild overlanding, nothing big time, just up some logging roads or something like that, do some camping. That's kind of what I'm working towards here. So if that's something you guys want to see, let me know. Maybe we can do some camping in the back of the camper shell here. Alright guys, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.